Dave Cohen talking to Georgia State's head basketball coach Rod Barnes. Panthers getting set for the 2009-2010 season. Coach, I tell you what, a strong finish a year ago in the season last year, and I know there's been a lot of anticipation coming into this year. And just talk about your team as you get ready to start the 2009-2010 year.
Dave, I'm really excited about this team. As you said, we finished last year on a strong note, and the guys really worked during the spring and the summer and prepared for 6 weeks here in the fall. And I'm excited just to see how our guys have developed and how we've really come together. And you know, we got a lot of guys returning. We got 6 seniors, and those guys have shown great leadership. They're in the gym all the time. They're doing the right things on and off the court. And as a result, our new guys have fallen right in place. So I'm excited about this season, and just can't wait to get to the floor.
You know, you and I were talking one day, practice depth. Boy, you've got a lot of depth in the backcourt, starting with Joe and Trey. Joe Duke's third-team All-CAA a year ago. You've brought in a couple. James Fields is another year older. And then you've brought in some front-court players as well to back up and get into the system guys, you know, the guys that are already here like Hansborough and Hampton.
Well, we do. And that's, I think, one of the strengths of our team this year. And that's one thing that it gets us the opportunity to play the way I like to play. Is to play more full court, pushing the ball up. And now we've got several options. As you talked about, Joe Duke's been third team, who I think's got a chance to, you know, be player of the year in our league this year. And then Trey Cohen, who averaged double figures, and Dante Kerr and Jihad Ali, who set out last year, and Marcus Johnson is another guy that transferred for us, and like you said, James Fields. So you know, a perimeter game is going to be really deep, and we've added some big guys. James Vincent is from Columbus, Georgia. He's about 6'8", 6'9", and we want to talk about his weight today. And then Jamar Sanders, who has been a little bit of a surprise. You know, thought he was a guy that come along a little bit later, but he's starting to really do well in our individual work. So we feel like we've got depth, and the great thing about it, David, is these guys are really together. And last year we had, you know, a lot of depth, but guys didn't know who was who and who was playing. They had never been together, had never practiced together. And we go into this season a little bit different.
Are you anticipating being able to play you mentioned this earlier, the style of up-tempo, in-your-face defense that your teams over the years have been known for playing?
I think so. I mean, and I'm excited about it because, you know, we don't have to. You know, maybe Joe Duke's a little bit. We have to cover him up a little bit. But most of the other guys pretty much interchangeable. And, you know, and I like the fact that we're bigger and stronger. And, you know, we got a little bit more depth inside as far as guys being in, you know. Even when we take out Hansborough or Hampton, we get bigger, and that's the thing that's exciting about that. And we've got Jamar, who I think on the back line will be able to block some shots for us. So I'm really excited. We've really been working on our pressing game and playing full court and really getting after people, and I think our kids are really starting to enjoy that.
I know you always like to play a challenging schedule. Panthers are going to open up in November at NC State, and then there's a lot of road games before you get to play a succession of home games.
Well, it is, and I shouldn't say that was all by design. I can tell you that. I think last year when we started to finish strong there late, I think people started not really wanting to play us as much as they had in the past, so we got caught with a few more games on the road earlier than what I like. But, you know, having an opportunity to go to an ACC school, go to their home floor, we get tested real early. So we get an opportunity to see right where we are. And then we're on to a couple of tournaments down in Daytona Beach where we're going to play good teams, Drake, Howard, and IUPUI, and then we leave there and go to South Alabama. So it's going to be important for us to get off to a good start. But I think this team, with the senior leadership we have and the depth we have, it's going to help us down the road. When you start playing those conference games that you know about, it seems like you're playing every day, I think they'll be better prepared for that.
All right, final question. CAA, some big names are gone. Maynard's gone. He's in the NBA. John Vaughn has left the George Mason program. Still a lot of good players in the league, don't get me wrong, but what are some of your expectations as you've looked over some of the rosters of these other teams in the league and what they've brought in?
Well, I think, you know, it's going to be very important. I've told our guys to stay injury-free. I think the team that can keep everybody on the court. You know, I think we've got 5 or 6 teams that obviously are right there at the top, got a lot of experience, played well at the end of the year. And I think we've got players in our league that are returning. When you talk about Dukes, you talk about Jenkins, you know, you talk about Manning, Matt Jennings. You got some guys that can really play this game. So I see, it's been a tough year for everyone. But again, I think depth will be an odd factor in a lot of them. I think, 3 or 4 guys, a lot of people have those, but when you start talking about 9 and 10, I think we may be stronger than a lot of teams in our league.
All right, Coach, as always, appreciate it. Looking forward to the season. Best of luck. I know we'll be talking night in and night out as we come upon the season.
Well, we are. Again, Dave, we're excited about this season. Just ask everyone to come out, and it'll be a great year for the Panthers.
All right, I want to thank Georgia State's head coach, Rod Barnes.